There was never any reasonable belief on your own that you didn't have to pay before you went in.
I immediately asked for it when he came out of the water. I immediately asked if there was a manager because I did not see any employees. I didn't know if they were on the bathroom break, if they were in the locker room. I didn't know where they were. So I was asking, where are these people? I had cash to pay, but there was no place to pay. So, the sign said enter through the side gate. My assumption was when I saw that sign enter through the side gate that there would be an employee in there to take the money.
I guess my thought is, why is it that you feel you had a right or some entitlement to ask them anything, the people that were swimming? That your responsibility is to yourself and to the management there. You're willing to rely on the management there. You didn't see any management. You never have testified you thought he was the management.
Common courtesy is sometimes if you don't see someone, you'll ask the people there, hey, where's the employees or where's the manager or whatever. Any more than somebody that works at the gas station has to give someone directions, but people go in and say, hey, I'm lost. How do I get to where I need to be? So you ask questions.
I understand that. That wasn't going on here, was it?
That's what I was trying to do. I was asking for the manager.
That wasn't going on here, though, was it?
I was asking for the manager. Yes, it was.
You were asking for it, but they were doing business.
I didn't know what they were doing.
I understand that.
I thought there was people swimming in the pool.
I understand. There were people swimming in the pool. But that was none of your concern. They were doing their business just like anybody else was doing their business, and the pool was closed. And
there was nothing to say that the pool was closed. There was no sign.
There was nothing to say it was open, and that's my whole point.
But there are hours posted on the office door as well.
In the trespassing statute, it doesn't say anything about saying anything's open or closed. When a person is a proprietor of property, they don't have to put something open or closed, and I don't know that they even have to take this down. Please enter. I mean, just take it if it's a store or something, and a store has a sign on it that says, please enter through the side gate, or I saw something, what was it last night? It had, I can't even remember where I was, but.
No, that's irrelevant.
Well, it had to do with the sign. It was just like this sign that directed the person around to the other side of the building, but the building wasn't open. It wasn't open.
Obviously, it was open, or I would not have been in the deck area.
It wasn't open. The fact that you can get in doesn't mean it's open.
The gate was open, sir.
Well, the fence might have been cut.
The gate was physically open. I walked through the open gate, sir.
It doesn't have to be closed to trespass. It wasn't your property. You weren't a licensee. You didn't have a right to be there. You understand that, as intelligent as you are. It's do you have a right to be there, and did someone with the authority tell you to leave? And that's the end of the case. It doesn't mean.
And I did leave.
And then you make something about 5 or 7 seconds.
That was his statement.
What if he would have said 5 or 7 minutes, or 5 or 7 hours? That doesn't change the lawful right to be there or not be there. That's all I'm trying to say. You've got this in a real picture that's very reasonable to yourself, that you weren't doing anything wrong. And I
wasn't.
That's what you think.
No, that's what I know.
You didn't pay.
Again, I went inside to pay. I followed the instructions posted on the window.
All right. What else do you want?
Had those instructions not been there, I would not have gone.
These instructions?
Yeah. Had that sign not been posted, I would not have gone in the pool.
Do you not think these instructions are for people that pay to go in there or that have a right to go in there?
Sir, I had not been to that side of the pool yet. I didn't know if they had a pay booth inside the pool, if they had a box, an employee. All I knew was that I went to the office window, the doors of the office.
So that was okay. That's not trespassing.
No, sir.
It's not trespassing because the sign said to go around.
And there was no sign that said no trespassing.
The sign said to go around. And the gate was open.
And the sign says to enter through the gate.
And the gate was open.
Right.
And you didn't pay any money. And somebody was in the pool.
I also didn't go swimming.
Well, you weren't cited for swimming.
But I can't. I don't have to pay money if I don't go swimming. You pay to swim.
Well, the payment is to authorize you to be on the premises. They charge you whether you go swimming or not. Have you ever been in a pool you can just go in and just walk around if you don't pay? I never have been.
I've never been in a pool where I paid and not got swimming.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the right to be on a premise as a licensee.
I believe, based on that sign, that I have the right to enter through the side gate.
You think you have a right to go in through the side gate when the pool's closed?
There was nothing saying the pool was closed.
Did you? But you thought it was
There
open.
was nothing. I thought it was open.
Because you heard some people in the pool, and that gives you the right to be in there.
I hear the people in the pool. It's normal business hours. The sign says enter through the side gate. I entered through the side gate.
What evidence do you have that it was normal business hours?
The citation, time of the citation, let's take a look at that.
I'm not talking about the citation. What proof do you have that that was normal business hours? The state's testimony was the pool was closed.
4:15 in the afternoon.
And the state's testimony, unequivocal, the officer's testimony was the pool was closed. And what evidence do you have that was normal business hours?
There was a sign saying that the hours were till I believe it was 5 p.m.
But where is the evidence?
I don't have a picture of that sign
Okay.
because after I was cuffed, I was told that I could not go and I asked about taking pictures after I was released, after my civil rights were violated, and I was told to go home. And I was
You don't have any evidence on that?
Your Honor.
You don't have any evidence?
I don't have, because when I returned and took the picture of the sign that was there that day, the hour sign had since been removed. So I could not produce that sign because, again, I was told, go home. Actually, I was told very rudely and arrogantly, go back to Putnam County as if I had no right to be in Kanawha County. And I was told to go home. I would have taken pictures. I had my camera in my car, and so I was starting to ask, and you said it's irrelevant. I carry my camera with me very often. It's in my car, parked a block from here now. I was going to go take pictures of the sign and the hour sign at that time. I was told to go home and go back to Putnam County. That's what Deputy Vernon told me to do. I then later returned before the magistrate hearing, took a picture of that sign, which is the same sign that was there that day. The sign of the hours has since been removed. I can't take a picture, again, because I was ordered. I would be arrested if I had gone to take pictures of the sign.
I guess the point is, if you have a public place and the gate's open and this sign's here and you think it's regular business hours and the pool's closed, you don't have any right to be on there.
I had no idea that the pool was closed, Your Honor. By all appearances, the pool was open.
It doesn't matter what the appearances are. You know yourself.
I can see where this is going.
But you didn't put your money down before you walked in.
Because it said, please enter through the side gate.
But you didn't put it anywhere.
Well, there was no one to, I asked for the manager, there was no one to give it to. I asked for the manager. It's not like I tried to dive in. I didn't dive into the pool without paying. I asked for the manager.
His testimony was you were ready to go, even with the algae in the pool. That's what the officer.
I didn't see any algae in the pool, and that's his testimony.
He said the water was low.
The water appeared to be about a foot below the top, but I didn't. You can't. You can't. If I'm back here, and you've got a deck and the water's in the pool, you can't see that until you're right on top of it, Your Honor. So when I went in, every appearance was that this is a public pool during business hours, open with a sign that says please enter through the side gate.
All right. All right. I got to end this because now let me just tell you before we go. This one picture is already in the record. You might want to keep it back. And this one here is already in here. Everything that you were. Did you ever come in and look at the public file?
No, sir.
It's got every single thing in it that you've ever sent,
okay,
including all these motions and everything, and this picture. I mean, I was going to say, if you want the picture back and put this on exhibit, you're welcome to have it back because it's a nice, glossy picture.
I'll take it back.
Okay. Can you I'll give him his exhibit C, and you just put exhibit C on this one, and the exhibit C and O. All right. So let me just. Do you want to say anything else? Got it? Okay.
This was just a situation where an overweight man wanted to go get some exercise on a warm August day, followed the written instructions on the office window, and encountered a very hostile, rude, arrogant deputy that was more concerned about his training class than just strictly being nice and saying, hey, sorry, I don't know where the manager is. I wasn't trying to get in without paying, but there was no facility to pay. If they want, the flip side of that, if they want me to pay, they should have someone there to take the money. And there wasn't. If they want me to believe the pool is closed, they should have a sign saying, pool is closed. There wasn't. What there was a sign that you have seen that says, please enter to the side gate.
In fact, you never testified that you asked him, where do I pay? You didn't yell, where do I pay, when you walked in. You weren't waving your money and saying, where do I put it? Where do I pay?
Well, I normally, when I go to Walmart or someplace, don't wave my money. You know, I approach, I come up to the stand, then I take it out and give it to the person at the check stand.
You knew once you got in there you had to pay.
Which is why I was asking for the manager.
Was he underwater or above water when you asked him?
He was underwater when I first approached him. He popped up and he was above water when I asked for the manager. I did not ask him where's the manager so I could pay. I asked him where the manager was, and I would ask the manager where to pay.
Had he taken a breath when he asked him?
I don't recall how many breaths he appeared to have taken a breath. I don't recall how.
He caught one breath on his way up?
I don't know how many.
Well, I mean, you're trying to suggest that he was rude. I mean, I don't know that he put on, you know.
Rude is telling somebody you've got 5 seconds to leave. That is rude.
Well, how much time did he have to catch his breath when he came up from the water to tell you?
Sir, I wasn't carrying a stopwatch. I was there to swim.
Well, he wasn't
there.
there.
You put a stopwatch in the water, it'll ruin it. So I had no stopwatch on.
But I mean, just to be fair to the officer, just to be fair to him, because it goes both ways, he didn't look like he was there to give directions to the public, did he? Honestly. I mean, I know he was working with the state, but...
He didn't look like he was there as an officer. He had no identification. I had no idea he was an officer until I was outside. He put the cuffs on me. And then he showed me his ID after I was handcuffed. He looked like a civilian, sir. And he testified he had no markings, nothing to identify that he was... When he broke the surface, I could see him from about the waist up. He had nothing on his uniform. I've seen SWAT teams. I used to work in network news. I've seen SWAT teams in jurisdictions all over the country, and they'll say SWAT team, whatever agency, but there was nothing that showed him to be a deputy. I thought he was joking with me, because normally deputies are in uniform.
Was he in good shape, that fellow?
He appeared to be in good physical. A lot of people are in good physical shape that aren't deputies.
No, but I mean, he was in phenomenal shape, wasn't he? I
wouldn't say phenomenal, but I'm not a physical fitness expert. I mean, he appeared to be in good shape. Lots of people. Arnold Schwarzenegger, when I met him 20 years ago, was in great shape, but he wasn't the governor then.
You know what I'm saying? You have a man that's underwater. All you know is that you have a man that's underwater.
Right.
He comes up. You're
no identification.
Of course he didn't. Underwater.
On his wetsuit, no identification.
In a wetsuit on. Now, that should be.
I've seen people swim in public pools in wetsuits.
6 of them on an August day.
I hadn't counted that many at the beginning of the conversation.
Okay. So I got to end this and get back upstairs. I'm put this and let me uphold your trespassing thing and note your objection and exception and have the state write that out under the statute and note your objection and exception, and that's the end of the case.
And the fine is excessive.
The fine's excessive?
$250 for a simple trespass.
$250?
Right. I've seen other trespassing cases where the fines are less than $100.
How much less?
$50, $75, sometimes $100. I've never seen a $250 trespass.
All right, I'm going to reduce that fine to $100 in cost.
And then the costs are for Western Regional Jail. I was never incarcerated.
I read your debate on that. I'm not getting into
I was never incarcerated.
No, that's not what that's all about. That's a fee that's attacked on the magistrates. I'm not waiving the cost. All right.